How's it going tonight? Well, hope all you guys and gals had an amazing day out there in the great 222 portal. Just thought I'd do another quote. It says, "The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is an attribute of the strong." And that's Mahatma Gandhi. And it's so true because um, lots of people out there really don't give true forgiveness in many ways, in that they'll say, "Oh yeah, I forgive you," but you still hold something back, um, and things which we can all be guilty of, and that's for sure. But to really forgive, you have to, you know, let it go. And I'm not saying forget it, because then, first time shame on you, second time shame on me, so to say, right? But you have to be able to not use it against the person and not hold it against them, right? Like, yeah, you say, "I forgive you," and then, you move on. But lots of times people say, "Oh, I forgive you," but then, they'll not really, in essence, do that. And it's always something that they hold against you for the rest of the time, and always bring it up, will always, things like that. And so that's, I guess, not true forgiveness. True forgiveness will let it go and move on, and let it lay in the past. And like I said, don't forget it, because if someone says, like, "I'm sorry," and they continue doing that same pattern, that same thing, well, then being forgiven isn't really, something that you should do again. And so that's what I mean, don't forget. Because if someone who continually says, "I'm sorry," and still does the exact same pattern over and over and over again, shows that they're not truthfully sorry. So they really don't earn your forgiveness at that point. So it's kind of like a two-way street. And so, like when someone apologizes, right? Say sorry, whichever you prefer. I usually like to say my apologies, right? Like I've said, and that. But if they aren't willing to change that habit, then it's for naught, so to say. So that's one thing you always got to be careful of, because, like I said, it's, forgiveness is an attribute of strength in the strong people, because, yeah, it's something that you're willing to do to make a situation better. But if the other person isn't willing to change that pattern or that, then, like I said, it's not worth your time.